I noticed at home yesterday, it looked like it was raining toward town more.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mayor.
Don't know it yet. Give me just a second. I'm trying to put up one more computer so somebody else can watch if they need to. Give me just.
You got an echo.
Yeah, I do. I'm fixing to cut that out too. I'm gonna go on mute just a second.
Well, Charles, Claude.
You're muted, Claude.
Now he's on.
You're talking about rain. We got 6/10 in Moscow.
Well, that's about perfect, really.
Yeah, it was a perfect little shower.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect in Moscow, though, isn't it?
No.
Who else is on this committee?
Miles is the chairman.
Well, I'm the chairman. Miles is on it.
I thought Miles was.
Lillard. 5 of us, I think.
Hey, Charles.
Yes, sir.
You got time after this meeting, me talk to you, ask you a few questions about our agenda for tomorrow night?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to just call me afterwards?
I will. That'll work. Thank you.
All right.
Mayor, are you out there?
He had an echo. I hope he didn't fall off in a well.
Well, I guess he's going to come back and give us the go ahead.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out all this technology.
Maybe in June we'll get back to our normal meeting.
And I hope so. I mean, this is quicker and I guess easier, but just ain't the same.
No.
Nope.
All right, can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Echoing, but we hear you.
Hello? Right there. Give me a second. I'm got some reverb to take care of.
Miss Day didn't teach us that, did they, Steve?
Nope.
Reverb.
Reverb.
Verbs and adverb, but not a reverb.
Yeah, I guess that's a verb gone wrong, isn't it?
I was messing around the other day, wasn't real busy, and it was on Facebook. They give you all these challenges, sometimes for history but it was on prepositions and adverbs and nouns, about 20 or 30 questions.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, unless it was lying, I got 100. And that's only because of Miss Day drove it into our heads.
Now that she
You
did.
paying attention, Glad.
I'm still scared of her.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I respect her. She's a nice
right.
lady.
That's right. She still plays the piano at our church. It's amazing.
Yeah. Muted, Mayor.
How's that?
That's better.
Having a tough time getting my headphones to jack in.
We can make it like you are.
Hello?
Yeah,
How's that?
it's not great, but it's doable.
All right. I'll just get quiet. All right, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The meeting of the Audit Committee will be called to order, and I'll call roll first. Commissioner German,
Here,
Commissioner Lillard,
You looking for me?
Commissioner Steve Reeves,
I'm here.
Mr. Miles Wilson, and Claude Oglesby. We've got a quorum present, so we'll get started. Appreciate y'all all attending this meeting. We're gonna get used to it one of these days. Our first order of business is the election of officers. The floor is open for nominations of chairman.
I nominate Claude Oglesby.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Office of Vice Chairman, floor is open.
Who is it now?
I honestly can't say, but I'll nominate Commissioner Steve Reeves.
If it needs a second, I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. And lastly, we have the Office of Secretary, and I'll nominate Mayor Taylor. He does such a fantastic job doing that. If anybody wants to second that.
I'll second.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passed. The purpose of our meeting is to review the audit findings for the 2018-2019 county audit. And I'm sure you've all read this. We had a very good audit. I would refer you to page 11, which kind of gives us a summary of the audit findings. Under the financial statements, there were several minor accounting and clerical recommendations, but nothing of any significance. And if you move on down the page under federal awards, this was also very good too. If you'll notice, material weaknesses identified, none. Any audit findings disclosed that are required to be recorded in accordance with 2 CFR 200516, no. And to me, at the very bottom of the page, the auditee qualified as a low risk auditee, and the answer was yes. So that to me is a very good finding on our audit, and the mayor and Charles are to be commended for their good work. I'm not going to sit here and read you every page of these findings. Mayor Taylor, if you'd like to add anything that I've missed in there, interject something, I'd welcome it at this point.
No, I'll just pass on to Charles since I'm getting reverb here. Just note that the finding we did have was more of a procedure matter, but Charles, if you sort of give them some details on it real quick.
Certainly. The finding that we have is finding 2019-01. And what it says is appropriations exceeded as estimated available funds in the drug control fund. If you remember, every year when we go through budgeting, we try and be as conservative as possible and estimate our revenues low and our expenditures high. And we use the previous year's fund balance as a beginning fund balance for the upcoming fiscal year. In the drug fund, our revenues being so low and our expenditures being very high, we don't spend all of those appropriations every year. So our beginning fund balance is considerably low when you look at year over year compared to the actual cash balance. And it does not include any reserve accounts that we have. So in Fund 122, there's a reserve for federal funds that are limited to certain expenditure categories that are not listed on the unassigned or unrestricted fund balance. And then I think it was May or June, we did a budget amendment for the sheriff's office. I think it was for about $65,000 for purchase of some equipment on that federal grant. And we were pulling it from the reserves, which we physically had that money there. But because we didn't list the reserve on the beginning estimated budget amount for the fund balance, the auditors treated it as if we were pulling from the fund balance itself, which the estimated fund balance was showing about $30,000, which showed the budget fund balance to be in the red by $35,000, when in actuality, we actually had cash on hand of over $90,000. So we didn't spend money that wasn't there. We just budgeted on that budget amendment, caused the estimated ending fund balance to go negative. So we didn't spend any money that wasn't there. And in fact, what they suggested that we do is include the reserve accounts on our original budget down at the bottom from here on out. Does that make sense, or any questions?
Yes. Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
Skip, have you got anything you'd like to interject?
Nothing right now. I think I'm fine with everything.
Well, we need to furnish our annual report to the county commission. Would you like us to give a vote of approval on this before it's presented to the commission?
Yes, sir. If you'd just make a motion to pass this on as your report that you reviewed it, and if there's any specific resolutions the comptroller needs, we'll have those by county commission time.
Would anybody like to make that motion?
I'll make it.
We've got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yeah,
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mayor, I guess we've got you what you want to present to the commission. You there?
Muted, Mayor.
We do have our lone member coming into the meeting right now. Mr. Wilson showed up here at the Justice Complex.
Well, we'll count Mr. Wilson as present.
Okay, he's noted as present.
Mayor, is there anything else you'd like us to handle?
Oh, sir.
Well, if anybody wants to, I guess we'll stand in adjournment.
Sounds good to me.
Appreciate y'all attending.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, Claude.
All right, bye.
Thank you.